Coach Prime's five-star player makes emotional admission on CU struggles, amped up by Deiondra Sanders' $200,000 move. In 2 years, Coach Prime has now completely overturned a bottom-rung Colorado program and taken it to become one of the most profitable brands in college football. While his on-field heroics are more than enough to make his case, his job in the recruiting department is also remarkable in recent years. But why would any five-star recruit choose to join the Buffaloes over programs like Ohio State or Alabama? Last year, Buffaloes got the commitment of a five-star OT Jordan Seaton, who was the first-ranked OT in the class. His commitment was remarkable, not because he was a five-star commitment, but the guy left seven-figure nil offers from programs like Tennessee and instead decided to move to Colorado. Seaton described the move as being influenced by Deiondra Sanders and playing for Deiondra Sanders. "I know I didn't choose the highest offer," remarked Seaton, "and now his time at Colorado is going better than anyone imagined." The Colorado Buffaloes did promise him nil money, but what appealed to him was the brand and the NFL legacy that Coach Prime offers. That promise translated on the ground, too, as Shedeur gifted him a $200,000 Mercedes Maybach after the 2024 season ended and even remarked, "He protect the backside, so he had to get the Bach." Not just the high-end Maybach, the OT has been flaunting his high-profile lifestyle on his social media handles. He even remarked in a well-off media video that he was planning to buy a brand-new Bentley Bentayga, which costs a whopping $235,000. But when you ask the player about his lifestyle, there is a deeper truth to it that no one sees. Seaton appeared on a June 4th episode of Reach the People Media, where the host of the channel, Deiondra Sanders, is seen interviewing players as they start their practices. So, when Darius moves to interview Seaton, the player delves into a deeper truth about the fun life that people see him enjoying. A lot of people forget that everything we got, we really grind for. So it's like you only see the shine, and sometimes we just be working so much that we forget to even show. But we really be grinding. I really held my head down 3 days, 3 times a day, 33 days straight. We've been grinding. Ain't too much for fun right now. Well, that's the ultimate truth, isn't it? No player in the world can enjoy those 6- and 7-figure luxuries without working hard and proving that on the field. While the hype was sky-high for Seaton, it's not that he didn't live up to his billing. The OT protected Shedeur's blindside like his life depended on it and played in all 13 games of the season. Even as a freshman, he exceeded expectations and played over 600 pass-blocking snaps, allowing just 3 sacks and proving his effectiveness. So, while his nil brand deals, like with Phil Long Ford commercial, his luxury vehicle acquisitions, are more than visible. The hard work he puts into perfectly executing those 600-plus snaps is rarely shown. But he opens up on that, too. Hard work is paying off for Jordan Seaton. Luxury cars and high-profile attention aside, Jordan Seaton has been on the grind this offseason. The OT is putting in efforts under the guidance of Coach Prime, with the whole Sanders clan there to support him. For instance, Bucky even helped Jordan to launch his own YouTube channel, which currently has 9.75K subscribers. His on-3 valuation might be $314,000, but if his nil deals and local endorsements are considered, the OT is estimated to easily make anything north of a 7-figure payment. But despite all of this glam, his attitude towards practice is uncompromising. Darius asked him about why he moved back home to Bradenton, Florida, this offseason. "So, you went back home on purpose to kind of give you a mental reset, like put yourself back in that mode?" While that mental reset part was true, the visit back home was more inclined towards training with his trainers. "I went back home. I think the relationship that I got back home is good with my trainer. I got Coach Gibson, Coach Juice, and just like they know my limits of how hard I can work," said Jordan Seaton. Standing at 6'5" and 285 pounds, Seaton is an athletically gifted offensive lineman. His quickness and agility are top-notch, and being a graduate of the reputed IMG Academy, football is all he breathes. He also has shown progress in the weight department, and that helps him in clocking those sprints effortlessly. For instance, as per 247 Sports, Seaton once clocked a 17.7 miles per hour speed while playing in a game. Last season showed what he can achieve, and with him protecting the QB, the Buffs will have one less thing to worry about. Deiondra Sanders is ready to date again after split with Jacquees. The Deiondra Sanders Jacquees relationship drama sees another twist. A very public feud that roped in family, the backlash against Deiondra, and hints that the ship has sailed. Everything went down in the span of a few months. As Deiondra busies herself with mom duties by doting on her son Snow, she is now thinking of giving romance another shot. The news comes after a pretty big reveal Sanders made just a few weeks ago, which gave us a different picture of the status of her relationship. But maybe the influencer is looking to turn a new leaf for good. Sanders and Jacquees got together in 2023 and were engaged by July 2024. But things soured tremendously before wedding bells could be rung. In February this year, Deiondra Sanders launched an online showdown against her fiancé. Jacquees collaborated with fellow artist Dej Loaf for their album, A Friend Zone 2. The influencer then revealed that she was not allowed on sets and that the artists had to fake a relationship to sell their album. Stop asking why I'm not around. I'm not allowed to be around them, Deiondra also wrote. And this was not the first time Deiondra and Jacquees had a fallout. After their engagement, the singer was accused of cheating on his fiancée, but the feud over Dej Loaf seemed to be the final nail in the coffin. She busied herself with an advocacy campaign for postpartum depression and never fully gave away the details of her relationship status. "It's in God's hands," she said in a March 21st episode of Way Up with Angela Yee. "I don't think he's unfaithful," Deiondra also added. But she's also dropped plenty of hints that imply that their relationship has hit the rocks. Now, it looks like she's ready to move on from Jacquees. She wrote on X, "I have a date tonight. I'm kinda nervous." Fans were not surprised. Instead, they were rooting for Deiondra. "Have fun. Hope it's everything you hoped for." Folded hands medium light skin tone, wrote one fan. "Have fun, be yourself. He should already know you not with the foolishness." Victory and medium skin tone, wrote another. Surprisingly, a slew of comments suggested that she keep this mystery bow out of her social media. Replies like, "Keep him off the internet, sis, you know these people hate happiness," and "Keep him off social media and away from the family until he proves he's worthy," were aplenty. However, the news does mark a turning point in this very troubled relationship. Just a few weeks ago, Sanders received a scary health update, and she very clearly claimed that things with Jacquees were very much in the picture. Deiondra Sanders hinted things were okay with Jacquees. The influencer revealed some distressing news on May 19th. She had a risky pregnancy with Snow, and issues like fibroids became an obstacle in that journey. Upon visiting a specialist, she was told that her chances of having a second child were extremely low. When asked if she did want a second child in the first place, she said, "Yes, I definitely do with my husband. I know God will allow me another child with the love of my life, my husband. God will allow me to have that true love family dynamic. I believe it and I receive it," she added further. That led us to think that maybe the worst was over for the couple. On Mother's Day, Jacquees also let Deiondra know that he was grateful for her, along with his own mother. "Deiondra, thank you for blessing me with our son. I watched what you went through to bring him here, and I'll never forget that. I've been all over the world, but nothing compares to the love I have for y'all. Y'all are everything to me." Red heart folded hands medium dark skin tone, he wrote. With these gestures, it now becomes difficult to pinpoint where things are actually headed for Deiondra and Jacquees. Since the feud and the online hate that came Deiondra Sanders' way, she has decided that she is the boss of her own happiness. And she has also been tight-lipped about whether or not she is officially calling it quits with her fiancé. Is Deiondra's latest update a tell-all about where she stands with Jacquees?